All right, let's talk about something that can feel like a huge, intimidating task, writing an essay. But today, we're going to flip the script. We're going to stop thinking about it as writing and start thinking about it as building.
You know the feeling, right? That blinking cursor on the screen just taunting you. It can feel paralyzing. But what if I told you all you need is a good set of plans, a blueprint for exactly what you're about to create?
And that's the big idea for today. You're not just filling a page with words. You are an architect and a builder. You're constructing an argument piece by piece, and every single part, from the foundation right up to the roof, has a specific job to do.
So every great building project starts with a great blueprint. And in writing, your blueprint is called the thesis statement. Honestly, this is the most critical part of the whole process. Get this right, and everything else falls into place.
So what is it, exactly? Well, your thesis is the controlling idea. It's that one, maybe two sentences that tells the reader exactly what this essay is about and what you're going to prove. It's your promise to the reader about what you're about to build for them.
Okay, let's look at some examples to make this super clear. Imagine you're writing about dogs. A thesis like, "Dogs are wonderful," well, that's way too broad. It's like telling a builder you want to build a building. It's just too vague. On the flip side, "Your golden retriever is cute," that's too narrow. It's a fact, not an argument. There's nothing to build. But working dogs play an important role in everyday life. Now that's a solid blueprint. It's specific, it's arguable, and it gives you a clear plan.
So, you want to write a strong blueprint? Just remember these 3 simple rules. First, it's got to be a complete sentence, no fragments. Second, it has to state your main idea or your opinion, not just a simple fact that no one can argue with. And third, it needs to hit that sweet spot. Not too big, not too small. Perfectly focused.
All right, you've got your blueprint. It's time to break ground and pour the concrete. This is the foundation and the front door of your essay, the introduction. This is how you welcome your reader in.
Your intro paragraph has a really simple 3-part mission. First, you gotta hook them. Grab their attention right away. Then, you give them a little context, introduce the general topic. And finally, you present your blueprint. You state your thesis statement, which almost always comes at the very end of the intro.
The absolute key here is to avoid those flat, boring openings like, "In this paper, I will discuss." Nobody wants to read that. Instead, try to be more creative. Ask a really interesting question. Drop a surprising fact or tell a tiny, relevant story. Your goal is to make someone want to step inside.
Okay, foundation is set, the entrance is welcoming. Now we get to the main structure. It's time to frame the walls and build out the rooms. In our essay, these rooms are the body paragraphs. This is where the real work happens. And here's a vital rule of construction: unity. Think about a house. A kitchen is for cooking, a bedroom is for sleeping. Each room has one main purpose. It's the same with your paragraphs. Each body paragraph should focus on one and only one main idea that supports your thesis. Don't try to stuff a kitchen, a bathroom, and a garage all into one room. It just gets messy.
And what holds up the roof of each room? The support beams. And in an essay, your beams are your evidence. You need to hold up your ideas with strong materials. We're talking hard facts and statistics, specific examples that illustrate your point, quotes from experts, and even short little stories or anecdotes that bring your idea to life.
Now, a house with a bunch of rooms that don't connect isn't a house. It's just a weird collection of boxes. You need hallways. You need doorways. In writing, we call this coherence. And you build these hallways with transition words. Words like however, furthermore, or as a result are the connectors that guide your reader logically and smoothly from one room, one idea, to the very next.
So, we've laid the foundation. We've built the rooms. There's just one big piece of the puzzle left. It's time to put a roof on this thing. Your conclusion brings it all together, protects all your hard work, and makes the whole structure feel complete.
And just like the intro, there are some great ways to build this roof and some really bad ways. You absolutely never want to introduce a brand new idea in the conclusion. That's like leaving a giant hole in the roof. You also don't want to apologize for your work. Instead, end with power. Maybe make a bold prediction or issue a challenge to your reader.
You can really see the power of a good conclusion here. Look at the draft. In general, dogs are really great. It's so weak, almost apologetic. But the revision, it's confident. It restates the main idea with fresh words, it quickly sums up the key points you made, and it leaves the reader with something to think about. Now that is a solid roof.
So, just to nail it down, a strong conclusion does three things. 1, it rephrases your thesis in a new way. 2, it briefly summarizes your main points. And 3, it gives the reader that satisfying feeling of completeness. Job done.
Okay, the house is built, it's sturdy, it's logical, but now for a little bonus round. Let's talk about adding some advanced features. The stuff that takes your structure from just being sound to being truly persuasive and memorable. First things first, you gotta make sure your electrical wiring is up to code. That means avoiding logical fallacies. A really common one is circular reasoning. It's basically when your argument just runs in a circle. Like saying, students' schedules are packed because they are filled with many activities. See? You haven't proven anything, you've just said the same thing twice. It's faulty wiring, and it can short out your entire argument.
Now, if you want to see what master-level persuasive architecture looks like, just listen to this line from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. He isn't just building an argument here, he's crafting something unforgettable.
Let's look at the tools he's using. He poses a rhetorical question, when will you be satisfied, which cleverly gets ahead of any counterarguments, and then he uses that powerful, rhythmic repetition of the phrase, we can never be satisfied. It's like a drum beat that hammers the point home with so much force. This isn't just construction anymore, this is art.
So every single idea you have is a potential blueprint. Every thought you have can be shaped into a strong, clear, and persuasive structure. You have the tools. You have the architectural plan. So the only question is, what are you going to build next?